guys, today it's time for my May TBR. I have quite big plans for May, so I thought I'd do a TBR. If I get to all of these, it's gonna be a very, very interesting reading month. So first of all, this month I want to reread This Savage Song by Victoria Schwab because the second book, Our Duck Duet, comes out next month, and so I want to reread this to, get ready for that release. I absolutely cannot believe that it's almost been a year since this book initially came out. I just remember it so much when I read it and how I felt about it and everything. Like, I can still see myself lying on the floor after I finished it. But yeah, I'm super excited to reread this. I feel like this is the case with every Victoria Schwab book. They are just an even better experience if you read them the second time, because there's so many details you will find while rereading, and that's just amazing to me. I feel like, you know my thoughts about Victoria Schwab. What am I saying? Next, I want to read Roar by Cora Cormack, I think. This is a new release that comes out in June, and I got approved to review it on NetGalley already like in March, I want to say, but I just didn't really get to reading it. And I don't like to read these books too much in advance, because then if I really enjoy them, I have to wait super long for the sequel and have to wait super long to have other people to talk about it. So yeah, I've kind of waited until May to finally pick this book up, but it sounds really interesting. I don't know too much about it, you know me. Like, also it's been March since I got approved for that. But it is a YA fantasy. I keep hearing something about a storm and about, honestly, I'm not even trying. I'm just excited to see how that one goes. And then I have 3 new releases that come out in May that I have pre-ordered and I want to read immediately this month. The first one being Ramona Blue by Julie Murphy. This is a YA contemporary about a girl that questions her sexuality. She always was sure she liked girls, but then she ends up falling for a boy, and this got a little bit of negative hype because people were saying like, we don't need this kind of story, before actually having read anything about it. So I am personally incredibly excited about this. I think this is really a book that just kind of shows you that sexuality is something fluid, and I'm all for that. And I'm just really excited to read it, to see the whole book, to see the context from people who have read it. I've heard many great things, so I'm very excited. Then we have The Battle Mage by Taryn Matharu. I think this actually came out May 2nd, but you know how it is with like Germany and pre-ordering stuff and shipping and stuff. It always takes a little bit. And I do have to say, I'm not 100% sure if I'm gonna finish this in May, because this is the 3rd book in the Summoner trilogy, and I read The Novice way before it was actually released because I got that through NetGalley, and then I read The Inquisition last year when it came out. So it's been a while, and I think it would really be a better experience if I reread these 2 books before, but I'm currently not very much in the mood for that. I will try to get into The Battle Mage, but if I end up being confused and not knowing what's going on, I will just put it down for a while and wait until I am ready to just kind of binge the whole trilogy and reread the 1st and 2nd book. And finally, from the new releases, we have Lord of Shadows by Cassandra Clare. I am conflicted about this book, and it has a lot of pages, and Cassandra Clare's books have been so slow for me, so I don't know what to do. And I mean, I have pre-ordered it. It's so expensive. I was crying a little bit, but I have pre-ordered it. Who knows if it's even gonna arrive in May, but I feel like I have to just get it over with. Just get it done with, because this book is an important book in my relationship with Cassandra Clare. If I don't end up loving it until like halfway through, I'm just gonna DNF it and be done with it, and I can't be bothered anymore. I might end up loving it and, like getting through it real quickly, but I feel like I just want to get it over with, like just be done with it and know what the fuck's going on. So that's gonna be an interesting read. Yeah. And then finally, if you have watched my Tome Topper vlogs, and also I kind of mentioned it in my wrap up, I am kind of trying to get through all of the like super old books on my TBR. Not only have they been on my TBR way too long, but they are also series that everybody on BookTube loves, or at least kind of tried to read at some point, and I still haven't. So I need to get on that shit. And I've been actually watching my old book hauls to kind of see which books have been on my TBR for the longest. One of them is Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. Now, I originally hauled this in June 2014, so almost 3 years ago, but then I got rid of that copy because it was a library binding, and I got this new copy in August 2015, so technically it's only been 2 years, but it's actually, no, it's been 3 years. The thing is, especially with the more recent stuff, about Sarah J Maas, I'm not excited to go into this except to just hate read it. Because I bought it, I don't want to not read it, but I also kind of don't want to read anything by Sarah J Maas, because not only does she write like really problematic things, but she also just completely ignores it, and that's what I hate. This is what I don't understand. Like, same with Veronica Roth. I'm done with this person because she never even acknowledged the racism, and that pisses me off so much. And for Sarah J Maas, that's kind of the same. But I do want to read it. As I said, I wouldn't buy it at this point. Never in a million years would I buy it at this point. I would just be like, fuck you. Also, apparently this is now going to be a 7-book series. I was sure this was going to be 6 books, so now it's going to be 7 books. So I thought this series would be finished this year. It's not. There's more books. I don't know. I don't even know what I'm doing. The other book that is the oldest on my TBR is Across the Universe by Beth Revis. Nobody ever talks about the series anymore. I know I was initially really excited about this, and I still think the concept is really interesting. And yeah, it's been on my TBR since June 2014. So I hauled that with my original copy of Throne of Glass. So I guess this should have like highest priority. You know, if you watch my wrap up, that I'm just kind of like not giving a shit about DNFing shit anymore. So if I don't like these after like 50 or 100 pages, I don't even care, like, goodbye. And the other book that I may potentially want to pick up this month, because it's another one of those books that has been on my TBR for a really long time and that many people on BookTube have read. And the final book came out a few months ago, so I could binge the whole thing if I wanted to. And that is The Kiss of Deception by Mary E. Pearson. I hauled this in January 2015, so this one is even older than my new copy of Throne of Glass. I wasn't even expecting that. Although I do remember that I found this in a bookstore in Vienna, and I was so happy because I was in a German bookstore and they had this book in the hardcover version there, and I was like, oh my god, yes. This one I'm actually really excited about because I only heard great things about it, and I still think it has a gorgeous cover, even though so many find it cringy. I love it. I just feel like from what I've heard, I will just really end up liking it quite a lot. So this is my May TBR, and it ended up being like 8 books. So I'm probably not gonna get to all of them, especially if I start a new series. I will probably end up just binging that series. But this Savage Song, Roar, and Ramona Blue are definitely the 3 books that I am like 99% sure I'm gonna pick up this month. And yeah, let me know some of your reading plans for May. I know there's lots of new releases that people are really excited about. I mean, I have a ton more new releases for May that I'm really excited about, but I can't pre-order them all. I can't read them all this month. I'm not even gonna try. But yeah, let me know what you want to pick up, and thank you so much for watching. I guess I'll see you soon. Bye!